Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another PNP Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Henry Zleya, here with Ryan Brennan to do a recap of Raw, the go home show of Raw before Wrestlemania.
And it's crazy times this year. Last year we were actually going to WrestleMania, so it feels weird. Also with the situations happening now in the world.
Yeah, all these unfortunate events happening in the world causing WrestleMania to be performed in an empty arena, and it's going to be a 2-night show, which actually is a good thing that it's a 2-night show because God, the amount of matches that we have on the card is ridiculous this year.
Last year, it was almost worse. We were there for what, like
7 hours? It was 7 hours. The show was 7 hours.
Yeah, it was horrible, including the pre-show.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, today they split it up into 2 shows, and I was reading something from Pro Wrestling Unlimited where it said each show had already been, because the shows have already been taped, so the shows each will be about 3.5 hours each, so about 7 hours. But it equals the same thing, but it won't be as long all at once. It won't feel like a full-time job.
Yeah, both shows will be over by 10 o'clock each night, it said. So that's better than midnight like we were the other show.
God, yes. So it should be. I think today's show actually got me hyped. It got me more hyped for WrestleMania than the shows did that had the crowds.
Yeah, because of the promos, like Edge's promo. Oh my God, he still got it.
Yeah, they all had fantastic promos.
And can we talk about Undertaker?
Well, I was gonna start off with that.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. So we start off with the show starts off with a recap of AJ Styles and their feud with Undertaker. It's kind of a weird feud. It just shows Undertaker screwing over AJ Styles not once but twice, and AJ Styles promo against the Undertaker. AJ Styles was not at the show today. We cut to Undertaker. He does a promo, comes out. AJ Styles by his name, says he's calling him out since now that they're using real stuff, saying that AJ Styles cannot cash the checks that his ass is writing for him. And AJ Styles can never keep up with the guys from before. That's why he's coming out now. And he challenges The Undertaker now that he's older, because if he would have done it 15 years ago, like AJ Styles said, he wouldn't have been able to keep up.
He would have got squashed.
That's what he's saying. He said that he wouldn't have kept up. He wouldn't have kept up with John Cena, Batista, all those guys when they were coming up. So it's quite an interesting point. He says everything was just business. Everything was just business in what they were doing until he brought his wife into it. And he's saying he knows that he's better than AJ. He knows that AJ Styles is jealous of The Undertaker, what he has, and Michelle McCool hitting better. What is it? What is he called? What are Michelle McCool's finisher called?
I don't know, but it was like the Styles Clash.
Basically, the Styles Clash. She says that she does it better than he does, and that's why he's jealous. Which, no, I definitely disagree, but whatever. It's a promo. But Undertaker was looking really ticked off.
Oh yeah, dude, he was pissed off.
Yeah, I thought it was a good promo to start the show.
Yeah, I wasn't really surprised because of the week before, but him coming out with his, they're saying it's a new persona, but it's not really new. I guess it's a combination of Big Evil and the American Badass, which is pretty cool to hear him not talking the actual, other voice he has for the dead man. And it was cool at the end, they actually had a tombstone in the background. AJ Styles, 1977 to 2020.
Yeah, he's looking for his lackeys.
This whole Boneyard match is kind of like a Buried Alive match, it seems to me. I think it's going to be like a movie type of feel, like they're going to record it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it all looks.
Well, we'll see how it turns out. I don't think it's going to turn out that great, but we'll see how it turns out. It's AJ Styles, so I have faith in him. But with a 50-something-year-old Mark Calloway, 55-year-old Undertaker, we'll see what they can do.
I'm hearing rumors that he's going to retire at this show, which it makes sense.
Well, we said the same thing at WrestleMania 33, but he came back, and he's been wrestling. They just throw him the money. He'll keep coming back.
So. Yeah, well, that's true.
So next we have Becky pulls up in her truck, which is kind of cool, I guess. I don't know.
Stone Cold.
Yeah,
Stone Cold Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch, in a lot of ways, wanted to be the next Stone Cold, but really fell flat. To me, personally.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, she had all the momentum last year as the man, and now it's just like kind of stale.
Yeah.
You know, it only goes along with storylines.
I mean, who let's think of her reign. She faced Lacey Evans. She lost the next Money in the Bank to Charlotte Flair. Who did she face at SummerSlam?
Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, you see, this is the kind of
We
reign
watched SummerSlam.
I know. I don't remember who she faced.
I have to look this up.
Yeah. So her reign is falling kind of flat. So she comes out and she basically says this is what happened last year, and they do a recap of last year's main event, which it would have been a great match if the crowd would have been into it, but they were so tired. It was a 7-hour, like we said earlier, we were into a 7-hour show, and honestly, Becky didn't even hold her own too well. It was mostly Charlotte and Ronda.
I mean, the match didn't start until 12:30. I think that was the main event when it started. I'm pretty sure because we got out of there like 2 a.m.
Like around 12. The match ended like at 12:30, but everyone with the traffic and everything.
It still felt like a long night.
It was so long. That's the point. It was so long. The crowd was dead, and even the points that should have been big and really should have made this match what it was, the first ever women's main event, fell flat.
Yeah,
fell flat. And her victory to me was just, I guess, anticlimactic because it's all this fury and all this just to have like kind of a roll up pin.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
that was kind of a botch too because Ronda didn't keep her shoulders on the damn mat.
Yeah, but it was mostly the ref's fault. The ref shouldn't have counted that.
Yeah, fire that ref.
No, he's still around. He's still there.
No.
So I actually like the match. Like watching it through a year later, it's a pretty decent match. Really, like the women worked hard. They all worked hard. They didn't realize how much Ronda cursed.
Dude, I mean, like it's not UFC. That's why she left because she was bored because she couldn't get away with it. Yeah. You can't. This is a PG era. It's not ruthless aggression.
Well, I don't know about that because today they said a lot of things that we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah.
So
here we go. I'm sorry to interrupt. She faced Natalya at SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's a forgettable match.
Because that was in Canada. That's why.
I don't recall, but okay.
Toronto.
Yeah, no, I don't recall that match.
Yeah.
That's why I'm just drawing a blank with it.
Oh, because it was a squash match.
Okay. So, we come back after the match. The match is just like they show that match from like that takes up the whole first hour from like 8:10 to like 8:50. That's when the match ends. It had a lot of commercials, about 5 commercials I counted.
Yeah.
It took a long time. They really should have cut it. They really should have done more with it, but I mean, they had to fill up time, so it is what it is. So when we get back, Becky says that she has Shayna all figured out. She sees what Shayna's demons are, and that she's only attacking Becky because Shayna's always been in the shadow of Ronda Rousey. So she believes that if she can beat Becky, she'll finally step out of the shadow. The one person that Ronda couldn't beat was Becky. Well, I mean, in the UFC, she couldn't beat a couple people at Cyborg either, but she says that in WWE. So she's trying to live out of her shadow. And then, as she continues to talk, Shayna comes behind her, starts choking her, slams her up. I love this spot. I thought it was so much better actually without a crowd, this right here, because it just kind of made it a little eerie. More serious.
Yeah, like all the silence and just it was like when she was thrown onto the ground.
Yeah,
like, it was just like got real.
Yeah, I know it was pretty good, and just seeing Shayna like and hearing Becky like in agony and Shayna constantly in pain. Or Becky in agony and Shayna just looking at her.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was a good setup. I mean, none of the women's matches have been really that built up. I guess this one has been more, but we'll talk about the Charlotte match in a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, any thoughts on that?
I think it'll be good because, I mean, no disrespect to Ronda, but Shayna seems like a better, fighter, like, transitioning because Ronda just really, didn't do much. Like, Shayna has more advanced skills here.
Well, so Shayna's also been training more for WWE.
Yeah, so I think it'll be good.
We'll see. I don't know. With the empty crowd, it's going to be, this WrestleMania is going to be hard to, like, categorize.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird to watch it. Like, real quick, like I feel bad for Edge and Drew McIntyre because like
that's their moments. I feel bad for a lot of guys. That's their first WrestleMania.
Yeah, but like Edge, you come back and 9 years later, and like the good crowd reception at the Rumble, but now it's like, oh, no WrestleMania moment.
I mean, it'll be there, but no crowd. It'll probably be this WrestleMania. It's gonna be one of those WrestleManias that will not be talked about as much. Let's just say that.
It'll be wiped out of the history books.
But we'll see what happens.
It'll be like not talking about Owen Hart or Chris Benoit. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe not to that extreme, but definitely it'll be like ignored. It'll be ignored.
Yeah.
But so next is one of the two matches that we had. One of the real matches we had, actually, the only real match, I guess you could say. We had the 6-man tag match. It comes out with Angel Garza coming out with Zelina Vega, and Zelina Vega comes on the mic saying that Andrade is hurt. He has a rib injury and will be replaced by Austin Theory. Which, as to why he was replaced by Austin Theory, I'm not 100% sure. Not too many people know him. Not too many people. No. I mean, people watch NXT, but you really have to be a dedicated fan to know him. So
yeah, I mean, I haven't heard him before.
You haven't, or
that's also because I don't watch NXT, dude. I don't watch it.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people. I mean, it's gonna build up the brand, but a lot of people prefer to watch AEW. But I mean,
they put in better shows, but that's a different story.
Yeah, I guess NXT has fantastic talent, but I there were a lot of other people. They should have put, like, I don't know, who else? What other heel could they have put in that spot? EC3.
Who?
EC3.
Who?
Could have definitely had somebody from the main roster, at least with some type of recognition.
Yeah, I know. That was just bad booking, but that's such good shit from Vince.
Oh,
such good shit booking.
So, we have Seth and Kevin start out, but Seth looks at Kevin and he says no, he tags out. So, Kevin tags in Austin Theory. I mean, Seth tags in Austin Theory, and KO is just beating down Austin. We go to commercial with Ford hitting what's it called when they jump over the rope?
What was it?
It's not a suicide dive. An over the top rope.
I forget, but they do the flip, right?
Yeah, they do the flip. You guys know what I mean. The ones where they cut to commercial. Over the rope onto the ground, hits both Austin Theory and Angel Garza. Cut a commercial. Coming back from commercial. We had the rest of the match. It was a pretty good match. I think back and forth. I think Seth Rollins being in there for a minute. Eventually, KO. Oh, before we get to the KO pin, we have a really weird spot with Ford. He's going to do the same flip at the end of the match, but it looks like Seth Rollins misses to catch him, so he keeps running. He does it, and then Austin Theory doesn't catch him. I don't know if you caught that, and he just slams on the ground with nothing. It's a pretty big botch. I felt really bad for him.
Oh yeah, you're right. I did see that. That was a weird botch.
I felt bad. It was straight back to the mat.
Yeah.
So Kevin Owens hits Angel Garza with a stunner. 1, 2, 3. Before he even gets up, Kevin Owens fully gets up. Seth Rollins runs in and gives him a curb stop. So then we cut to commercial. Coming back from commercial, Kevin Owens cuts a promo. Kevin says that finally Seth Rollins has knocked some sense into him. That he sees what Seth Rollins really is. That he was a nightmare to deal with in NXT. Everyone who ever saw him down in NXT says that he was just the hardest to work with. He was so arrogant. He calls him an arrogant dipshit at one point. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, one of these things, like PG era or not. I mean, they're saying more curse words, so I don't know what direction they're heading in.
Yeah, I mean, they're loosening up, but Vince said they'll never go back to that era. But I mean, Vince won't be in charge much longer, probably. I hope so. Hopefully Triple H can save us.
We'll see.
Save us, Hunter.
We'll see. I mean, it was just weird the amount of words that were said today.
Yeah, I know.
So, Kevin Owens ends up saying that at least he owns up to everything he's done. That no matter what, that he knows what he did. And Seth Rollins is delusional. He thinks he's a god, he's a messiah, that he really is what he says he is. So he says no matter no pass will matter on Saturday when they fight. I guess that's the one match that we know will happen Saturday.
Yeah,
No pass will matter on Saturday when they go 1-on-1. He will beat him and have his first WrestleMania moment.
I think so. I got Kevin on this one.
Really? I think Seth Rollins is gonna win.
Well, actually, I was thinking, is Seth undefeated at WrestleMania?
I don't know if undefeated. No, because he lost to Randy Orton. He lost to Randy Orton in 31.
Oh, you're right. He did lose to Randy Orton. That's right.
Yeah. But he has had like a hot winning streak with a lot of WrestleMania moments. Last year's WrestleMania 31. No, 33, 34.
33 and 34 winning titles.
Yeah,
and fun fact.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Fun fact: 34 and 35 both was the first match and won a title.
Yeah.
So maybe he'll keep up the winning streak, or we'll see a new change in storyline.
We'll see. So the next big thing that happened was Edge comes out to talk about his WrestleMania match. We have this awesome promo building up to Randy Orton versus Edge. Shows up everything leading up from Royal Rumble to Randy Orton attacking Edge to Randy Orton attacking Beth Phoenix, and that promo where Edge says that he doesn't really love him, that Randy Orton doesn't really love him. I thought that promo was great. I think the promos today have been 10 out of 10. Honestly, some of the best that I've seen in WrestleManias and pay-per-view build-ups in a while. So, he says that... Sorry.
What's up?
Edge promo says that he loves the connection. He's not doing it for the ego, as Randy Orton says. He says that he is a junkie for this, and he has grit, but they have different definitions. Randy's is coasting. He's okay with being just okay, which for him is Hall of Famer, he says. But that Edge is not. His grit means that he'll pull when there's a hole, he'll dive into the hole, the deepest hole, and come back out. That he is thinking about how to get back for 9 years to get back to the ring. He said that Edge has been admitting that he was mistaken for Randy. He isn't jealous of him, but he is jealous of his passion. He's jealous of what he's accomplished without having everything handed to him like Randy Orton.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good match. I like this feud. Never thought in a million years this would be happening because, never thought Edge would come back. But things happen, so should be a fun thing to watch.
I mean, that promo from Edge was phenomenal. Him looking into there, saying that Randy is a junkie just for the way that Edge makes him feel. It's quite fun. It was good. It was good. Made you believe.
This match would be. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
It would be a lot better if it was actually like a bigger stadium, but we'll see how it work out with this last man standing match because the performance center is kind of small. But I heard they filmed this at multiple locations, like a studio. So we'll see how this turns out.
Yeah, we'll see. So then we have Asuka. She comes out to have a match with this. I don't remember exactly her name from NXT. She mocks her. She screams into the mic, saying, "Who are you? Who are you?" That she's not ready for Asuka. The Jobber, I guess we'll call her, goes and hits Asuka as she's being cocky, but it doesn't last long. Asuka ends up coming back, finishes her about 2-minute match, and that's the end of that.
They also added the match to I don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday, but Kabuki Warriors versus Ross and Bliss for the tag titles.
Yeah, that's a lot of matches, man. So many matches.
I guess they're gonna do a pre-show every day.
Yeah, so it'd be like a 4-hour show if you really watch the whole thing.
How are they gonna do the battle royals?
I don't think they're doing a battle royale.
Damn.
That's fine. I mean, the battle royale really means nothing at this point.
No, it's always just fun to see. Some people come out like a one-time.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's better. It's way better for anybody to not be there at this point. To not be involved with that.
What's up? I've lost you there.
Oh, I said it's better for them. I mean, for obvious health reasons, for them not to all be there at once. Ryan? I guess we lost Ryan, guys. Okay, I'm gonna continue just to finish off the show. I don't know where Ryan is. He'll probably come back in a minute. Just give him a couple seconds. I hear him, but I can't. I don't know.
Yo, you here?
Yeah. You hear me now?
Sorry, yeah, I lost connection somehow. Everything just like was slow and then just all shut off.
Okay, it's not a problem. Sorry guys for that technical difficulty. So
technology.
then we end up having the replay of Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio from Survivor Series in November. That was a fun match. It was a fun thing to recap. Really show Brock Lesnar's dominance. And finally, we have the promo where when we come back to the show after commercial, we're just looking at Brock and Paul. And Paul Heyman says that all these men who thought they were special, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, John Cena, the men from UFC, The Undertaker, with their phenomenal moves, just like Drew McIntyre, cannot beat Brock Lesnar. And that next year, you'll see Brock Lesnar doing the same thing on the Go Home show, on the Go Home segment, building up to WrestleMania. That he will be the one, that Drew McIntyre will just be another one of those names that Brock Lesnar has conquered. I thought it was a great promo.
It was great. Paul Heyman does great mic work. I mean, he just spits it out.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen, but Paul Heyman teased the crowd. Everyone knows now when Paul Heyman kind of says that it's a spoiler, not a prediction. Mm-hmm. He kind of teased that. He said, well, for next year, I'll tell you right now, this is not a this is... He said a couple things, but he referenced spoiler and saying it's going to be it's going to be a complete guarantee that by next year, on the Go Home show, on the Go Home segment, it will be Brock Lesnar again standing there. And I thought that was great.
Yeah. He does a good job on stuff.
He does. So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Here's my theory for this match, because apparently for each match they filmed 2 different endings, so they really couldn't leak stuff. I think Brock should win, and here's why. I think Drew deserves this big moment in front of fans come down the line when we actually go back to normal. I want him to win, but I'm not afraid of him to win in front of no one. They should kind of just push his storyline back a little bit.
I think so too. I was thinking the same thing. He should definitely win. Brock Lesnar should win, and we should have, whenever all this clears up, we should have Drew McIntyre capitalize. I think what everyone's thinking, that WrestleMania should be postponed.
It should have.
It should have been, but it's not. And unfortunately, a lot of these guys are missing out on good opportunities.
Because Vince is too selfish, and he doesn't care.
He cares. He just, from a business perspective, I can understand it. He's already got things booked up. I mean, they could have taken the time. They could have done anything. This is an unprecedented time in our history. We're living through history as it is now. So, we'll see.
But it should be a good show. I'm somewhat excited for it. I mean, it's gonna be different to see, but still should be fun.
It's a different WrestleMania. What can I say? And it's not gonna be 7 hours straight.
Yeah, thank God.
So, let me recap the card. We have at WrestleMania. This is the ones from. I'm bringing these off. There's a couple I'm missing, so once I read all of them off, we can talk about it. So we have Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre, obviously for the WWE Championship. We have Goldberg versus to be determined, which has kind of already been talked about, being Braun Strowman.
It's confirmed. It's Braun Strowman.
Well, WWE hasn't confirmed it yet, but we'll see what angle they shoot.
It looks pretty. 90%, I think that's going to happen.
Oh yeah, I agree too. They haven't said it yet. But I mean, who else would they have? Nobody else.
No.
So I mean, I guess give it to Braun. Goldberg's not going to want to stay around the whole time with all of this going on. Might as well just give the championship to Braun.
Yeah, finally give him a good title.
I mean, yeah, just give him. I mean, he had an Intercontinental Championship, but.
Yeah, I mean, that's a mid-card title. This is like a world title, so.
So we have the Edge versus Randy Orton last man standing match. My personal most anticipated match is John Cena versus Bray Wyatt in the Firefly Funhouse. We have Shayna versus Becky. And then we have Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley, which just had like a little segment today with Rhea Ripley coming into the Performance Center and Charlotte kicking her. I think we may have lost Ryan again.
No, I'm here.
Okay. If I give a pause, just you can talk. You can chime in. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So, next we have the SmackDown Women's Championship match. We have Bayley versus Lacey Evans versus Tamina versus Naomi versus Sasha Banks.
That should be an interesting match to see. That it's a fatal 5-way now because Dana Brooke is under quarantine because of this, so that's why they pulled her out of the match.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, this should be interesting. I think what I would do it, how I would do it is I would have Bayley lose to somebody and then Sasha beat that person, or just Sasha pin somebody because it's a fatal 5-way. It's not a gauntlet match anymore. Have Sasha pin somebody and have this story last out longer until eventually they clash.
Oh yeah, definitely drag him out. I mean, with everything going on now, might as well just drag the storylines out for a little bit.
Yeah, might as well. Might as well till like at least SummerSlam. SummerSlam's gonna be bigger than WrestleMania this year.
Oh yeah, and it's in Boston this year, so that's a good atmosphere up there.
Definitely is. So we have The Undertaker versus AJ Styles in the Boneyard match. Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens. The IC title match, Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan. This is the one I'm really sad about because I would love to see Sami Zayn get his WrestleMania moment here. His first singles match at WrestleMania would have been great.
Yeah, this is.
I'm loving the Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak storyline. I don't think Daniel Bryan's gonna win.
No, he's not gonna win. It's just, I mean, it's a good fit for them, but I mean, this is just a filler, I guess, right now.
Yeah, we'll see. And then we have the Raw Tag Team Championship match. The Street Profits versus Angel Garza and Austin Theory. I think the Street Profits should win. Honestly, this match shouldn't even be on the card anymore, but
it shouldn't. Yeah, it keeps getting ruined. So
yeah, too many injuries. This one's played by injury, not by sickness.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to see if this match should be interesting. I don't think this match is going to go on anymore, but we'll see. We have The Miz and Morrison versus The New Day and the Usos in a ladder match.
Yeah, so Miz is sick. We don't know if it's with coronavirus or not, but he is out. So they did do some pre-taping, but what they might be able to do on this episode this week is, because they're going to have the actual match on the show on Friday on SmackDown, maybe they'll play into it.
Well, SmackDown's already pre-taped as well. They pre-taped all these shows. All these shows from today through next Monday. They pre-taped them.
Then I don't know how they're going to pull this off if Miz is sick.
Sick at the time, yeah. I don't know. That was last Thursday, I believe they recorded everything, or later on. But Miz has been sick for a couple of days now, so I don't know what they're going to do there.
Yeah, from what I heard, they recorded last Wednesday and Thursday, so we shall see what happens.
We'll see. I mean, today Raw was taped, so.
Oh yeah.
We have a match with no build-up at all. Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley, just an exhibition match.
That's so weird. So random.
Super. It's just to get them on the card. I feel like a lot of these matches, these guys would have been in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale, but...
definitely, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would have had Aleister Black win that one, but it is what it is, and... Yeah. So then we have Elias versus King Corbin. Should be hopefully a pre-show match, but I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it.
No.
We have Otis versus Dolph Ziggler now announced as well. Which I actually look forward to this match. I think Otis, this whole storyline was pretty cool.
Yeah, I hope he wins it too.
We'll see. If not, they should definitely have Dolph Ziggler win and then Otis continuously get more obsessive.
Oh yeah, like build it up to like SummerSlam.
Yep. And we have the Kabuki Warriors versus Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Cross.
Yeah, I'd like to see Bliss and Cross winning again.
Be fun. That'd be fun. There's a lot of possibilities they can go with these matches now, though. And they could definitely build up these stories even bigger. Which, I mean, some of them definitely need.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Any other matches that you can think of that I may be missing?
Let me take a quick look.
I don't think there are any. I think the total is like 17 matches so far.
Jesus.
1, 2, 3.
Because I don't think they're gonna do the battle royale, so I guess the pre-show will have all just normal matches. Yeah, I can't find any other matches, so I think that's it.
So far, 15 matches plus Gronk is the
Oh, that's right, Grunk's the host.
host. So
that should be interesting to see.
I mean, yeah, it should be very interesting. That's about it. Yeah, it just seems like that's it.
Yeah. After this is over, I gotta take some stuff I don't want to say on the podcast.
Not a problem. Not a problem. But
All right.
I think we're gonna wrap it up there. It's a pretty lengthy podcast. It was a pretty decent show with a lot of promos and a lot of filler, a lot of matches being shown. But yeah, so I think it was good. How did you? Any other thoughts that you may have?
I just hope it's a good show. I mean, this could go really well or really, really bad. So I'm just hoping for the best.
Hope for the best, man. Yeah, I mean, whether you're a fan of WWE or not, I think you should root for them at this time. Especially same with AEW. They're bringing us entertainment. They're the only outlet that's still going on the road for us. They really don't stop, and we got to be appreciative and be happy that we have this form of entertainment still, at least.
Yeah, it's all we have. Other sports are canceled, so this is it.
So everyone listening, please stay safe. Have a good night. We'll be back soon. We're trying to do this now that we're all under quarantine. We have time. I definitely want to do more shows. I know Ryan does as well, so we'll keep in touch and we'll be uploading more frequently, hopefully. Thanks,
Sounds
guys.
good.
Stay safe. God bless.